streaming. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, -1, -2. I wonder when the video starts. I'm trying to figure out how much delay it's gonna be. Okay. Wow, it actually started immediately. Hello! Okay, nice. Vidden, the first one here. How are you? Hello. I guess I understand why people have some countdown timers, because I was wishing I could figure stuff out. Yeah, okay, nice. So it's just us then. Yeah, you have a dog as a profile picture. How are you? Hello from Uzbekistan. Nice. Discovering your channel a few days ago and really enjoying it. Nice. I discovered your comment just now and I'm really enjoying it. I think I'm gonna remember that there was a guy called Vidden with a dog as a profile picture hanging out there for a few seconds without anyone else. Yeah, so I'm trying to stream from just not logged into YouTube today. I'm not sure, or I am logged in, but I'm using OBS instead of the. I don't care about that. Hello from Armenia. Hello from Zimbabwe. Hello from Morocco. Wow, everyone is. It's probably because I'm streaming so early. It's just 12 in my country now. 12:05. What is it in your country? Hello from Japan. Nice. I just noticed you were streaming, so the timing was perfect. Yeah, cool. Greetings from Hamburg, Germany. Oh, I remember once when I was little, we were driving like a family road trip through Europe, because I live in Norway, so we were driving south. And then when we drove through Germany, we actually drove past Hamburg, and I was so upset we didn't eat hamburgers in Hamburg, which is stupid. I don't know, are there any good hamburgers in Hamburg, or is that just like a English thing to translate that word and expect that it's mean the same? I don't even know what hamburger is in German. Okay, so I need to log into something. Hello from Russia. Hello from India. Amazing city, you should visit, and yes, the hamburgers are very good. Okay, so I should actually, yeah, maybe I should check out the hamburgers in Hamburg then. Hang on just 1 second. Okay, now I'm back. Emerson Yeoman. Hi, Paul Fjord. I've been watching you for 4 years. I started Blender at a very young age and were such an inspiration to me. Thank you so much. Now you have... someone is trying to trigger the ban button. Interesting. I'll give you a timeout for 10 minutes. I have been... Yeah, sorry. I do now work for some big companies like Red Bull. Nice. So cool to hear that you are getting a career out of this. Hamburg meet and greet. Yeah, I mean, hamburgers in Hamburg, that would be crazy. Yeah, since it's been a long childhood dream for me, you know. I guess that could be that could be a way to do it. Okay, so I don't really know what to do today. I just sat on my computer and just clicked, or I've been tweaking some stuff, and I was thinking I could just go live right now if I want to. So here we are live. If the stream time is good for many countries, that could be really promising, because it just feels really good to do the streaming at the beginning of the day, and then maybe I can do something else at the end. Muhammad's creation. I am 12 years old and I love Blender. Isn't YouTube's age limit 13 years old? I don't know. Maybe you typed 21 and you were supposed... it is a typo. Do you use Houdini in your workflow? No, I don't. I only use Blender for almost everything. And then sometimes I use DaVinci Resolve. Or, I mean, I always use DaVinci Resolve. But to animate stuff, I was an After Effects fanboy for 10 years. I just did everything in After Effects for 10 years. And then I discovered Blender. And then I discovered Adobe's business model, and then I no longer use Adobe, to put it like that. Oh, you can make a Tetris softboard animation that rhymes with its theme. Interesting. What add-on do you use? I use... yeah, maybe I could just try and write down the add-ons I'm using. So oh, perhaps I should make this bigger. Notepad. Add-ons I use on a regular basis. Can I increase this? Zoom? Yeah, okay. So the list, here's a list of add-ons that I use on a regular basis. Node Wrangler is Node Wrangler. Let's divide them into built-in built-in add-ons. These are the add-ons that comes with Blender, and then free add-ons that you have to download, and then paid add-ons. So I use Node Wrangler. I use images to planes. No, wait, that is deprecated. Now it's default in Blender. I use Node Wrangler. Oh, free add-ons. I use what's it called? The capture thing. Let me just see. I should just open the preferences folder. I know it's supposed to be able to write a command, and you can output all the... Yeah, so add-ons. Yeah, I use the copy attributes. That is really nice. I'm not sure if you've tried this, but if you select an object, let's say you have 2 cubes like this, and you want to copy the rotation from this one, you can just select this one, select the object that you have, and then hold on Shift, so it's... First you select the object that you want to have the thing copied, and then hold on Shift, select this one, Control C, and then copy rotation, for example. Let me show you down here, copy rotation, and now this will have the same rotation. It's super nice, and it's also easier to just see. You can also just copy objects, which is possible to just paste them in another blend file, which is super handy. So, yeah. It's difficult to see which one is... Yeah, loop tools I also use. Loop tools. Oh, yeah, and then free add-on. This was screencast keys. This is technically an extension, I guess. Because you can... Yeah, you can just install it. Oh, I can update it. I'm gonna do that. Is Blender Kit a good add-on? Let me just see if I can remember what Blender Kit was. Blender Kit. Oh, Blender Kit. Yeah. This is the worst add-on I've ever tried. It's so intrusive. At least when I tried this, it was filled with ads. It was just a horrible experience. It was pop-ups everywhere. I uninstalled this as fast as I possibly could. So I do not recommend this. That is my review of the Blender Kit ecosystem. That might change if the add-on is better, but the last time I tried this, which was maybe 1 year ago, I had a very, very terrible experience. So if I were to review a Blender add-on, this would probably be a negative review. Okay. Add-ons I use on a regular basis. Add-ons. It's difficult to see which of these are... A lot of pop-ins are Rigify, I haven't tried that. Loop tools. When will you be doing the art prompt challenge again? I don't know. I've kind of stopped doing that. It felt like a lot of pressure to create something, and that's, for me, art is about making something when you like kind of just want to make something. So after I've made 2 episodes, I realized this is going to be a struggle if I'm going to keep it up. So, I might end up doing something spontaneous, but you can be 100% sure that I will not announce it before I do it, because it has to be spontaneous. I'm probably a little bit weird like that, but yeah. Okay. I think that is actually all the free... Yeah, okay, so free add-ons. These, by free, I mean that you have to download them. Yeah. Okay, so these are add-ons that you either have to download or get through the Blender Extension platform. and that is Blossom, which is Blender OpenStreetMap, which I really like. Blossom, Blender OpenStreetMap. We have... Oh wait, I can just go to extensions and see. Oh yeah, Flax Tracks. I use that sometimes. No, that's a paid add-on. Flax Tracks. It's an automated camera tracker. I do actually have a an affiliate link for that. Oh, I should have been thinking about that. Anyways. Yeah, and then I use an add-on called Time-Lapse Tool. And then I use an add-on called... I use the Polygonic add-ons. Gonic, which is Botanic. Yeah, I'll just write them as separate. Botanic and Traffic. Yeah, I have affiliate links for all of these, but I'm just going to say them and you can search them up, and I guess I will miss out on those affiliates, but then at least you know I can recommend those add-ons. I think that's it actually, for what I use on a regular basis. Wow, Cycles Render Engine, that's got to be the best add-on ever, right? It's probably not even an add-on, but... Oh yeah, Simple Bounce Curve. How could I forget? My own creation. Or ChatGPT helped me a little bit. Helped me a lot. What do you think about EV 2.0? I haven't really heard about that. Oh, nice. Yo, here is someone who wants to get a timeout. Maybe we'll do 30 minutes, because I really dislike people just spamming the same message. Okay, guys, I see a lot of questions here that's coming again and again. If you just write them like a bunch of times in a row, it's so annoying. Please, just don't do it. Oh, if you were to use a Mac, which one would it be and why? Interesting question. Let's go to the Apple Store and check it out. Apple.com. Mac. Yeah, this is going to be Norwegian, isn't it? No. I think either a Mac Studio or a Mac Mini, because you have so much unified memory, so you can have like huge amounts of what will be the equivalent of VRAM. This was a very oh, there is the buy button, that's better. Yeah, okay, so yeah, you can see 64 gigabytes of unified memory like this. That is legit, because I feel like, or I am under the impression that this will turn into essentially VRAM. So you can load huge scenes into your project file if you want to render them, and it will probably be a little bit slower than it will be a lot slower than Cycles on for example, an NVIDIA GPU with the CUDA or optics. But this is a big deal, I think, especially if you're also doing if you're loading large language models into your, I mean large language models into your, yeah. So I think I would recommend something like this. That it has, I mean, this is a lot also, because this would be equivalent of an NVIDIA GPU having 32 gigabytes of VRAM. That is probably quite wrong, because an NVIDIA GPU is much more powerful, but you get like the size of the RAM. So if you have a lot of stuff in your scene, you should be able to, yeah. Oh, thank you guys for notifying me about people spamming. Is there a certain NVIDIA GPU that you recommend for Blender, no matter the budget? Or is there a specific requirement, such as VRAM, that is key feature in GPU rendering? Very good question. Okay, so for me, I am very fortunate that I have an insanely powerful RTX 4090. And what's the 4090 specs? I think it's, yeah, because it has a lot of VRAM, right? Yeah, it's at 24 gigabytes of VRAM. And if I'm being completely honest, the last time VRAM was a struggle for me, it was when I had a GPU that was 11 gigabytes. And since then, I think I've had a GPU that was maybe 16. I'm not sure which one that could have been. But if I'm being completely honest, I think 24 gigabytes of VRAM is more than enough for Blender. So the thing I said previously about which Mac should you buy, that is only if you're going to buy a Mac, because the high VRAM capabilities is only necessary for very rare scenes. And I don't do that much landscape and like if you have a bunch of trees or grass or stuff like that. I don't do that very often, but if you do those kind of things, large simulations, stuff like that, you definitely want a lot of VRAM. So I think the best GPU, this number is what you should be looking at. This one, CUDA cores. This is the number that you want to be looking at, because CUDA cores is pretty much linear to your render speed. So if you were to double this amount, you could expect almost, or it's like a rule of thumb, that if this number is doubled, the GPU will be twice as fast. That's kind of like and then you have these clock things that might impact it a little bit. But in my experience, you want to have just as many CUDA cores as possible. And then if you want to do so CUDA cores is the speed of your render, which is kind of like the higher this number is, the faster you will render. And then this memory is how many trees and grass and stones and all kinds of simulations you can do. Yeah. So maybe that answers the question. Hey man, you got any tips on how I can add more wrinkles to my cloth simulations? I've been making them for a while now, and every time it's not how I want it to be. Yeah, if you're referring to those cloth simulations that you see on like YouTube shorts, where they have like increasing amount of vertices, they always get scrunched up, right, at the end. And I think it has something to do with the self-collision, that you could try and increase the scale of your scene. So let's say you're doing a subdivide. Maybe I should get up in the corner here. Yeah. So if I subdivide this like 50 times, and I add a sphere, and let's set this to be the collision, and then we set this to be the cloth. And now if we simulate this, yeah, okay, so there's no self-collision here. Let's try and add that. Self-collision. Okay, so now if I were to just increase the subdivisions for this, I'm gonna have to put that before the cloth modifier. Let's try this. Simple. It's gonna take a while. Okay, so that seems to work. Let's try even more. Now this might start to lag. I don't know if I'm lagging right now. The point I'm trying to make is that I wonder if it would work to scale up your entire scene if you're struggling with the self-collision, because I think the self-collision is based on values that are like based on the scale of your scene. Yeah, so I think it should be possible to get a more accurate simulation if you just scale up everything and apply the scale. So yeah, because now, okay, so now this seems to work, right? But if we were to take everything and just scale it down by a lot, just 0.1 for example, now this is only 0.5 meter. It was now it's only a half meter. It was 5 meters. Now if you try this again, let's see if my theory holds up. It's certainly calculating for a lot longer. It just doesn't work, I think. Oh, my chat is actually starting to lag now. So I might have... This might be a mistake. Okay, if you're struggling with the cloth simulation wrinkling up, try and just scale up everything. And then apply the location. Oh, I didn't apply the scale. Oh, yeah. So apply. Yeah, this was a stupid idea. I think, at least in my testing with cloth simulation, a problem was that the self-collision is affected by the scaling. If we scroll down here to see... No, this is just crashing. Yeah, I'm just going to close it up. Sorry. Any progress on the music visualizations? I will buy the Patreon when it comes out. I'm not sure if it will be on Patreon, but it will be a paid course at least. And I'm not sure if it will be on Blender Market or Gumroad or Teachable or something like that. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, this is just boink. Let me close this up. Yeah. So the add-ons I use on a regular basis are Node Wrangler, copy attributes, loop tools, and then the free add-ons, which are downloadable. Yeah, so the add-ons that I use with Blender, that come with Blender installed, is Node Wrangler, copy attributes, and loop tools. There might be more, I'm not entirely sure. And then free add-ons that you have to download through the Blender extension platform. I think maybe these are through the Blender extension platform as well, I don't know. Yeah, but I use screencast keys and then Blender OpenStreetMap, which allows you to just import any part of like Google Street View or something like that, Google Maps, I mean. And then Simple Bounce Curve, which is my add-on. And then I also use, you see this up here, the Simple Audio Visualizer, which is a new add-on I've been developing for my course, which is really cool. We might have a look at that later, actually. And then the paid add-on, Flex Tracks, which is an automated camera tracker, which works on most footage I've tried. Sometimes it's a little bit unstable, but it's quite slow, but occasionally it just works, which is fantastic. So it's worked on several shots that I weren't able to track manually. And then the time-lapse tool, that is something I used for, I got a lot of questions about this actually. Let me just see if I can find this. So on this spaceship video, this one.
In this video.
Okay. You have this time-lapse segment. Yeah, so these time-lapse segments, oh, look at the hair there. These time-lapse segments here. No, yeah, this one. This is where I used the time-lapse tool. I also used it in my chess video. Yep. Oh, look at my beautiful PC. I love it. Unfortunately, now it's down there, so I can't really see it. Yeah, and then I use Botanic, which I think I have an example of that. Oh, it's live on my channel. That's cool. Yeah, here you can see I used the Botanic for this this final shot here. Yeah, this one. This is only Botanic assets, I think. And then we have yeah, that's Botanic, and then Traffic, which is like a library of, yeah, so Botanic is the asset or the add-on I use for all these trees and stuff. And then I use Traffic to get all these cars and houses. Oh, and there's actually one add-on I've been wanting to try, which is called City Generator or something. Yeah, this one. Has anyone tried this? Oh, nope. Has anyone tried this? The City Generator. It's a geometry node setup where you can just make cities with geometry nodes. I would love to try this. If anyone has tried this and can recommend it, I would love to see. What is your top one free favorite add-on you think must be paid? I mean, if we consider cycles to be an add-on, no, I don't know. I'm actually not sure. You know what is that, like a paid add-on? The reason why I think an add-on should be paid is because you would expect it to get more features. So that means that if there's an add-on I wish was a paid add-on, then I would want that add-on to have more features. So that means that the add-ons that I currently like, I wouldn't want them to have more features because then I wouldn't like them. You know what I mean? So it's kind of difficult to isolate. Yeah, I think I would like that Simple Bounce Curve was a paid add-on because then I would make money from it. No, I think, yeah, I mean, there are a lot of things that I would like the Simple Bounce Curve add-on to support, which may be something I keep working on after the course is released. I don't know. No, I can't think of any add-ons that I wish were a paid add-on. I mean, you should know that an add-on doesn't get better just because it's paid. It's just that you know that there is some incentive for them to keep working on it and keep updating it. Yeah. Please make the tutorial of emojis. I don't understand. Okay, wait. So someone has tried it. It's the best CD add-on. Best CD add-on generator till now. Okay, yeah, sorry, I've been... Are you interested in testing add-ons live? I would probably want to test them locally first and then do a live stream with them. I mean, can you imagine running untested Python scripts on a live stream? That is... You're asking for trouble if you want to do that. Make a tutorial on how to make emojis. I mean, I thought you could just... if you could... Can't you just write emojis? Hello? Okay, no, it's not supported in Blender. Oh, it actually... Blender did not like that. Do I have Inkscape? Yeah, I think maybe Inkscape supports emojis. Let's see. Yeah, this is Blender 4.3. Yeah, okay, so this is the list. You can take a screenshot. I'm going to close it now. New document. Let's see if Inkscape supports emojis, because in that case, you could just make an emoji in Inkscape and then just... I don't really know how to use this program, though. Where's text? Is it the text tool? Hello. Okay. So let's type an emoji here. Smile. Or a heart emoji. Okay, so you get like a kind of... You get like a black and white version. Perhaps it's possible to change this. Does anyone know... oh, yeah. So these are vectorized. So you could export this as a SVG and it would probably be possible to import into Blender. Yeah. If you export this as a... Oops. If I go export here as plain SVG, just desktop SVG bitmap. Okay, if I just click export now, yes. Now I think this should be possible to just import to Blender. But you know, it's no colors on them. Oh, it's empty. I should probably convert these to some object. Yeah, I don't know how how this program works. Sorry. Yeah, so the answer is no. I do not I do not have a tutorial for emojis in Blender. But there is probably an online that, you know, let's just see if there is emoji to SVG converter. Yeah, emoji to svg.com. Yeah, and you can even change the style. So this is probably what you're looking for. Here's a smiley, convert. And then you can download the SVG. And then you can even change the style. Nodo color, fluent flat, fluent 3D. Let's try this. Yeah, and then we can import this. Oh, import a grease pencil? That is so unnecessary. It should import as... Wait, let me see if I can disable that. Import. I do not want to import... Yeah, I don't want this to be a grease pencil. I want it to be an SVG, like a regular curve-based. Let's try this. Oh, I think it works. Nice. It even has color, I think. No, you can get it in 3D. Yeah. Oh, someone is spamming again. Sorry, I'm gonna have to give you a timeout. I should probably get some moderators to help me with that. Have you ever considered to try launch control add-on? I don't know what that is. Is that an... yeah, I don't know. Let me see if I can... Okay, interesting. I wish I could see a graph of how many people are watching. Yeah, this color didn't really work. Maybe it's this one. Oh no, that's the wrong one. Perhaps it's... I don't know. It seems like there's supposed to be some gradients here that aren't completely properly working. But you will probably figure it out. Here you can see you have a render of it, and then Blunder's SVG importer is probably a little bit limited when it comes to gradients. And I know for a fact that Blunder's SVG importer has some limitations. I've been testing it when I'm working with my course. Oh, the length sim add-on. Yeah, wasn't that Gleb Alexandrov? Oops. Nope. Gleb. Let's go here. He made this video about, yeah, this one. No, I haven't watched this yet. But this looks very promising. Yeah, I haven't seen, I'm not sure. Yeah, I haven't tried this. Oh, yeah, that looks very nice. If this is easy to use, I will definitely try it. If the creator of this add-on is watching, I mean, maybe you could hook me up with a free... No, I'll buy it if it's good, okay? Yeah, that looks beautiful. I might have to try this actually. Oh, here you can see it in action. Zoom and... Ah. I'm not sure what I think about this. No, I'm gonna have to try this. This looks really promising. Have you checked out the free Blender SVG add-on SVG 1.0.1? No, I haven't. Does it have more features? Oh, what do you think the screen size should be for comfort? 27 inches or 32 inches? What do you use? Okay, nice. Let's talk about monitor sizes. I have strong opinions on monitors. So let me, yeah. So I have a 27-inch monitor right now, and I have tried so many different types of monitors. I've tried 32-inch, 27, 24. I've tried ultra wide, like 35-inch ultra wide, curved, and I've tried all kinds of pixel technologies: VA, IPS, OLED, WOLED, and I've tried high refresh rate monitors. I've tried 60 Hz, 144 Hz, 165 Hz, 240 Hz, 360 Hz. I've tried so many different types of monitors, but there is one thing I always come back to, and that it should be 27 inches, 1440p. So yeah, let me actually just let's do another list here. Monitor. Wait, the best monitor in the world. No, let's call it monitor preferences. It should be 27 inches. I've tried this. I've tried everything, and 27 inches with at 2560 by 1440p is the perfect PPI or DPI or pixels per inch or dots per, I don't know. It's the perfect size of each pixel, right? And then it should be more than 120 hertz, or maybe it should be more than 119, you know, so you can get, it should be at least 120 hertz. 120 hertz plus. And then it should not be VA, which, because if you look at it from the side, the colors just, they haunt you in your nightmares. So it should be either IPS or OLED or WOLED, because you want that you want that pixel layout to be really nice. Yeah, good color gamut, accuracy, 27-inch. Yeah, it should also have HDR support. And I see a lot of monitors have HDR 400, which is basically 400 nits, I think. Oops. I think maybe that might be on the low end. You might want it to be like maybe 500 nits, or just a little bit brighter than 400. So right now, here in my studio, I have a 27-inch, 2560 by 1440, 240 hertz. Wait, I should not change this. I should currently have 27-inch. Yeah, this is what I currently have in my studio. And then in my office, I have a 360 Hz WOLED, which, funny story, when I got this is the best monitor I've ever tried, by the way, the 360 Hz WOLED. It's from LG. All my monitors right now are LG. And what's just so interesting about this monitor is that when I bought this, it had a dead pixel. There was a dead pixel on the monitor right in the center. And I was like immediately searching up what's the dead pixel policy for this monitor brand, and they were like, oh, you need to have so and so many pixels close to each other, either black or white or dead or whatever, and they need to be so many and need to be so far apart. And I just had one dead pixel like in the middle of the screen, so I couldn't get a refund. It's like, that's how it works. Yeah, tough luck, you know. And then I got so like existential about it. Like, will I let this single dead pixel ruin my enjoyment of this monitor? I mean, I have 2560 times 1440. There would be like -1 pixel, and that would be like, how many pixels do you have, you know? So I was like, if I can't ignore that dead pixel, something's wrong with me. You know what I mean? Everything is so good about this monitor. It was so bright. I played Overwatch on it in 360 Hz on an OLED, and it was in HDR mode. Yeah, I forgot to say that. It was HDR, quite bright. And it was just so... it was an amazing experience. But then occasionally when I was writing an email or being in Excel or something with a white background, and I was reading, and I was like, there's that dead pixel. And it kind of changed me a little bit, because I was thinking, I need to be able to ignore this. So as a result, now when I see the dead pixel, I completely forget about it, and then it goes a few weeks, and then now I see it, and I think, that's my old friend, you know. That's kind of like I'm used to it now, and I really enjoy it, because I'm feeling the more I'm able to ignore that pixel, the more successful my brain is at dealing with you know, when something doesn't go quite right. Yeah, I don't know. When dealing with I know the Norwegian word, it's motstand, but I don't know the English word. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Do you play Overwatch a lot? Not quite much. I mainly play Lifeweaver. I think it's so much fun to just grip people and save them. And I also play... I've been trying this new hero, Juno, a lot, which I really like. So, yeah. I have an entire video, actually, on what I play. Or it's not an entire video, it's a Q&A video. You should check it out. This one. This has a list of all the games I'm playing. If you can see this screenshot here. Yeah, this is mostly what I'm playing, actually. So it's recently I've been playing a lot of Dota. And Resistance. Yeah, that was the word I was looking for. So yeah, so I'm proud of how much resistance my brain has to that single pixel that tried to ruin my day, you know? Okay, yeah, so I've been recently playing a lot of Dota, and I've been I'm realizing that I'm stress gaming. Like, every time I'm playing a lot of video games, I'm doing it because I'm stressed out, and it's, yeah, I'm kind of stressed out about the course. That's my problem. So you should try KSP1. Is that Kerbal Space Program? Did you play Factorio? Yes, I have played Factorio. I'm not sure why it's not on this list, by the way. Oh, wait. Yeah, there's a longer... Yeah, here it is. Okay, so there's the longer list. Where this is every game I could kind of try to figure out. I'm actually wearing the same sweater. Wow. But yeah, I've recently played a little bit of Overwatch just when I want something to do. But then I'm also playing World of Warcraft Classic. I've tried to play some hardcore, and then yesterday I loaded on to the PvP server. If anyone is if anyone want to play World of Warcraft with me, you can add me. I'm on the EU server, both on the PvP and on the hardcore servers. I have a character called Polymon. Let me just write it there. Yeah, it's a troll, so it's a horde. So if you're a horde on the EU anniversary servers, either hardcore or I don't know if that works. If you can send me a friend request there, we can play together. I don't know if that works. Yeah, but it's the PvP and the hardcore servers on the EU. Yeah. Have you ever played Team Fortress 2? No, I haven't. I probably should, because it would probably make a lot of sense to play it. Have you ever played Elden Ring? No, I haven't played Elden Ring. It feels so dark and... oh, I forgot Snö. Yeah. Elden Ring, it feels so dark and it feels so desaturated. I don't think it's a game for me, but I've heard a lot of great stuff about it. Oh, Vidden just bought a 360Hz 27-inch 1440p monitor. OLED, yeah, nice. Yeah, you're gonna have a lot of fun with that. That is, I mean, PC monitors in 2024, they are so good. If you're paying $1,000 for an OLED monitor in 2024 and it has a high refresh rate and it's at 27-inch 1440p, you will have an amazing experience. That is like undoubtedly, it's crazy. Please launch Blender. Okay, I'll launch Blender. Yep, I will launch Blender. What should we make? Do you enjoy skiing? Yeah, I do enjoy skiing. I skied a lot when I was younger, like cross-country skiing. Not that much downhills, but... yeah, so I was actually thinking with this stream that we could make something in geometry nodes, because last week I learned geometry nodes. Well, I didn't learn it, but I started finally trying it. Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't try geometry nodes before last week. So, but now I've watched some tutorials and I've tried to figure some out, and I've realized that what I want geometry nodes to do is to access what happened in the previous frame in Blender. That is always what I want. So yeah. Where's that Pokemon file? Yeah, that is the... I'm not sure if you're following me on... Yeah, I posted it on YouTube as well. I think you should be able to watch it here. Yeah, this one. I made a Pokemon gym theme. Yeah, you can hear it being played like that. I'm not sure if this video will get monetized or whatever is happening, but this is like my new audio visualizer, and then it's the Pokemon theme song. So you can search it on YouTube and also on Instagram. It's in better quality on Instagram. That's in 4K 60 HDR, but here is only 1080p 60. Yeah, so what I was trying to explore with geometry nodes when I tried to learn that. Yeah, let's have a little bit of a geometry node session here. So I want... What I want from geometry nodes is that I don't want to model anything in geometry nodes. I feel like Blender's modeling tools are amazing. So people making procedural modeling setups with you can draw a curve and it makes a road for you, that's amazing. That's not for me. I think that oh, we're watching from Japan, the land of Pokemon. Hello. Or arigatou gozaimasu. Oh, I got so distracted by the Japanese guy. I don't even know what I was talking about. Yes, what I want from geometry nodes is that I want to be able to access what happened in the previous frame. I think I just said that. So let's say you have an object that is moving, right? And it's moving over here. I want to be able to, for example, extract the velocity of that object. And I want to, for example, give it a trail so that it's every time I move it, it's animating. Or there is this intuitive automatic solution that just figures out how it makes a trail. That is exactly what I want. So what I ended up using geometry nodes for was just that. So yeah, let's make a geometry node setup here. So I'm going to call this point, and let's give this a new geometry nodes thing, and I'm going to press tab to go to edit mode. Hang on, let me actually enable my screencast keys. Can I do it like this? Oh yes, it works. Okay, so now if I right click and I press M to merge at center, and now the only thing we have in our scene is this single vertex here. And now what we want is that we want to turn this vertex into a point, because that's what you want to do with geometry nodes. So in our geometry node setup, I'm going to pin this. Now I'm going to go Shift A, and I'm going, no, we can actually just drag it from up here. Hang on, can you even see? Let me just, yeah, so up here you can see you have this point. I can just drag this. That is wrong. We're not supposed to do that. We're going to make a Shift A and make an empty object. Yeah, I'm going to call this point controller. So now we have this empty object, and we can drag this down in here. Okay, nice. So now what we are able to do is that we can take this vertex point here, and we can go set position. Nope, we can go point to mesh. No, mesh to points, yeah. And if we use this node, now we have our vertex input is being converted to point, and a point looks like this. And you can change the visual size if you like. We're just going to keep it at the default value. And now what's really cool by importing the object info from this empty object here is that we can take the location of this and drag it into the position. So now when we move this around, you can see this point is following our empty object. And that is really cool, because now we have an empty object that is an object in our scene that is following this tiny little point here. And then what I want to do is I want to be able to press play on this animation, and I want to move this around, and I want, for every frame, I want to have a mesh being created to point. So this every frame operation that I'm talking about is solvable through simulation nodes. So if you just go Shift A and search for simulation, now you have this simulation zone here. And if you click and drag the geometry into like this, now nothing's going to happen if you press play. But now if we go join geometry, let me explain to you what's going to happen here. Now when we take this mesh to points, this operation of converting this to a mesh to point, which happens on the first frame, if we drag this into the join geometry, then this simulation will happen every frame. So once this reaches the second node here, it will go back, and then it will output this every time there's a frame. So let's say on frame 10, then this operation has been done 10 times. So that means that if we now press play, and then we move this empty object, then every frame we are drawing a point, and we are converting this vertex to a point every single frame. And since it's 250 frames, it will reset after 250 frames. So what's so cool about that is that geometry nodes has this thing where you can make a curve that goes between every point. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to simply, after this geometry is created here, we're going to go Shift A, points to curves. And now if you place this in the center here, now you can see you have this curve, which will update in real time. So we're able to draw this curve in real time using simulation nodes, which is just so cool, because now things are really starting to take off here, you know? And then you can change this. You can go set spline type, for example. And now it's a little bit of a smoother, now it's currently a poly curve, but if you set this to NURBS, for example, you see it's a lot smoother. So let's see, poly, and then NURBS. Oh, and then to make the curve to give the curve some thickness, we can convert it to mesh, so curve to mesh. And then on the profile curve, we can just add a curve circle. So now this will turn into a mesh that we can see in rendered view. So now you could start adding an area light and go crazy with this. and you can give this a material by going set material, and let's just call this glossy. And now you can give it the glossy material. So now you have the possibility to draw with this in real time. See here. Which is kind of cool. Okay. Now the thing is, yeah, let me just show you the entire node tree of what we've created. The thing is, we want this curve to not be like just the same shape all the time. But to do that, we're going to delete points in this curve. So, for example, we want, if we just hold on Control and Shift, you can look at just the simulation. So now when we press play, you can see it like this. And then you can hold on Control and Shift and look at whatever thing you want. So here you can look at just the curve, you can look at just the simulation. Yeah. So what we need to do is that we need to delete the number of points that we want the length of the curve to be. And this is a little bit complex, and I'm actually going to recommend a tutorial for you, because everything I've said so far has been based on a tutorial. Let me just see if I can find that. Geometry, nodes, trails. Yeah, it's this tutorial. This is an amazing tutorial. It's a 15-minute watch. I highly recommend it. The only thing that's changed since this tutorial was posted is that you can no longer use the capture attribute. You have to use I think it's a store named attribute. Yeah. So instead of, yeah, so you can basically follow, you can basically follow this tutorial, but you just, oh, there's me. You can basically follow this tutorial, and then you can capture, instead of using capture attribute, you use the store named attribute and then the read named attribute. And then you basically do the same thing as in this tutorial. So I just went ahead and did that. So instead of me sitting here and watching a tutorial, we can all just assume that you will watch this tutorial in the future, because it's a great video. I'm going to give this a like, actually. And then, yeah, it's by Blender Path. Great tutorial. I highly recommend this one. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open a blend file where I've already made this. So I think I have this on my desktop, actually. Nope. I think I have it here. Yeah, this one. Okay. Oh yeah, I should definitely link the tutorial in the chat here. Yeah, friends, okay. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm going to link this great tutorial. Yeah, great tutorial by Blender Path. Just make sure that you change the nodes from, instead of capture attribute, use the store named attribute. Okay, so now what I want to do, no, I don't want to do anything. I want to show you. Oh yeah, this is a lot more complex. Let's actually hide this thing. This entire thing here is just, let's just not care about this for now. Oof, this is going to be a little bit difficult to explain. But essentially what I've done here is that I've introduced some noise, which is, you don't need to do that. I just really felt like set position. Yeah, we don't need this node for sure. Let me just try. I should definitely have tried to. Oh no, we need it, but we don't need it to be. Yeah. Okay, yeah, so here's, it's pretty much the same setup here. You can see you have your point to curves. So we're creating our point to curves, and then you have the curve to mesh. And then in between you have the set spline type, and then you have this set curve radius, which uses the spline parameter and a color ramp. So essentially what we have here is that now we have this empty object. Let me bring up my timeline here. I realize that this is not a tutorial, by the way. This is more like I'm showing you the thing I've made. So now you can see that we have our, oh no. Okay, so now if I press play now, let me just show you. Now we have a curve that looks really detailed. See that? Because this is following this color ramp. So if we change the color ramp, we can change the shape of the curve, right? And then what I've done up here is that I've added a bunch of noise, and this could probably be done in a much easier way. I was just trying to make this work. So it's essentially a noise texture, which is doing some math stuff. I don't know how to do math. I just brute forced this basically. And it's, yeah, let me actually just disable this. So yeah, here you can see it's without the noise. Yeah, so this is essentially what you can expect to be able to create if you follow that other tutorial. Yeah, but what I did with the noise is, you know what? I think I should probably just share this project file on Patreon or something. So yeah, once this video is finished processing, this live stream video, you can use the same link as you're watching right now. There's going to be a link in the description where I'm uploading this project file to Patreon. So you can, yeah, you should be able to play around with this in real time. This project file right here. It's really fun and it's really powerful. Yeah. Honestly, this is so much fun to just do it like this. And I'm rendering it in Eevee as well. I'm starting to feel like I didn't explain anything. I just opened the project file and said, these are my nodes, which is exactly what I was thinking about doing. So yeah, but if you came here hoping to learn how to do this, I'm sorry, but here's the node tree at least. So here's the this noise thing. It looks like this, and then you have this and this. Oh, it goes even further. Yeah, and then once you have the simulation, I highly recommend that you add a bake node, because then you can bake this as an animation. And then I also recommend, if you're doing this with motion blur, if you enable motion blur here, now you can see it looks kind of weird. See that? This motion blur doesn't really work that well. And what's really cool is that you can actually have motion blur in your scene, but you can disable it for this object. So select your projectile thing and just go down to object properties, and then you can see here you have wait, where is it? You're supposed to be able to disable motion blur. Am I in 4.3? Yeah. There's gonna be a, hang on, can I search for motion blur? Yeah, motion blur is for, yeah, so in the view layer properties, no, that's not for the, for some reason I was able to do this. Oh, it's a cycles feature. Okay, yeah, so don't worry about that then. Yeah, sorry, thank you so much for yeah, okay, you can't do selection motion blur. Okay, nice, good, thank you, thank you for figuring that out. Yeah, so this is, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna set this up to have some random motion. I'm just gonna add some noise here. So we have modifiers. Oh, you see this? Simple audio visualizer. That is the add-on that I've been developing. Let's have a look at that after. I'm just gonna add some noise here. Okay, that's good. And then here. And then here. There we go. Okay, nice. I just need to do a quick bathroom break so you can have a look at this while I'm this random motion. Yeah, I'll be right back. Hello, what did I miss? Have you all been behaving while I was gone? Smoke would be awesome. True. In my headset, that was a really good sound. I'm not sure if you could hear that. It's not coffee, it's tea. From a brand called Twinings. Oh, have you seen Venom? It reminds you of the symbiote. Yeah, it reminds me of that as well. Oh, I'm looking at it, but you're not. But yeah. What do you think is the best? What do you think is the best animation software? Blender. I actually think that it's really, really good. Yeah. You're not constipated. Well, it was only number 1, you know? I actually have a banana here as well. I think I might eat that. Sorry to ask again, do you know a good version control system for Blender? No, I've actually just been using the Control-Alt-S, where you can save a file. And then, let me show you. Oh, now I got banana on my fingers. Let me show you here. So, if you want to save this, but you don't want to mess up your previous file, you can press Control-Shift-S, and then you can click this plus icon if you like, and it will save a new version. But instead of going through all that, you can just press Control-Alt-S. And now it's saved version number 5 instead of number 4. So it's a really easy way to just save a new version. But that is actually really... no, I mean, sorry, that is not a good version control. Like, you don't have Git, or you can't really send commit messages or stuff like that. It's just like, oh, it's a new version now, you know? Yeah. I think I want to lower the strength. There we go. Have you ever made a bipedal walker? No, I've actually only been doing quadrupeds or with 3 legs, you know, because I feel like 2 legs is just so much more difficult, because you have the whole problem. You have the problem of needing to do, like, you need to shift the weight, you know, when it's walking back and forth. It's really difficult to kind of change the weight. Oh, I froze. Really? Okay, let me set this to wireframe view then. Perhaps that's better. You could animate the noise texture set to bump map on the material, I think. Yeah, I did. I have a noise, like a basic noise texture here. That is just this one. And then it's doing every 3 axes with a different W, or like the offset thing. But I mean, I'm very much looking forward to sharing this project file, and then people can tell me what I should have done differently, because this is the first experiment I've had. So I would love to see how the math here could have been done more easy. Like, what if you could have whatever texture you want, for example, and I spent so much time trying to make it fall off. So I used this value from the simulation here into some math thing. I basically divided the delta time by this value. I'm not sure why that worked, but yeah. I meant on the material, so it has some ripples on the surface. Oh, yeah. Maybe. Oh, so the stream actually froze. That's extremely sad. Do you have any good dad jokes for Blender users? Or is your sense of humor one-dimensional? I don't know if I have any 2D or 3D or 4D jokes. But one thing I've been thinking about is how many... There are so many brutal aspects of... Where's the outliner? No, their properties, yeah. So you have the... One thing I've been thinking about is if you have this cloth... If you have a cloth simulation, there's so much thing you could do about no, wait, what I was thinking about. No, I was, there was one time I was trying to make like a poem or something with Blender, and there was just so much about. No, it was simulation, like rigid body. No, maybe it was particles. There was so much about killing children, because you have the particle parents. Because you have parent objects and you have children objects in 3D. And I was just thinking, there's something super dark about disconnecting the parents, and the children are left on their own, and yeah, it was quite dark. So not exactly humor, if that was what you were asking. Yeah. Do you have a main job, or is YouTube your main job? YouTube is my main job, yeah. So I've been for the past 2.5 years, maybe, or 2 years. I think that's been my full-time job for 2 years. If you want noise on the surface of the mesh, yeah. Banana ASMR. Maybe I should mute myself. Oh wait, I know something we could do. There's something crazy I've been experimenting with. If I do this. Let's get out of this. Here is a music program that I've hooked up to my piano. Can you hear that? You probably can hear that, right? And then I also have a camera over there. I'm not sure if you can see. And this, yeah, you can see my other camera. This has a much lower frame rate because, or it's not lower frame rate, it's just very choppy because I usually have 2 capture cards into my computer, but I've recently discovered that that just really messes up with this audio of my microphone. So it's like a bunch of crackling and stuff like that. So now I have this camera set up, and let me just show you something really cool. So I can play this piano, right? And then I can do, wait, where's my phone? Yeah. Let me show you something. Yeah, it's this one. This is gonna blow your mind. Okay, so now I have the camera over there, right? And let me just play you some piano music. Oh, for some reason, the camera's on a slider, so it's moving back and forth, and I can stop it. Yeah, it should stop now. Nice. So it was quite upsetting that for some reason the sustain pedal on my piano. It didn't work as I expected. I should probably stop playing that song before I get copyright infringement. I wonder if that can actually happen in real time. I should probably do that. Hello, deilig Asbjørn from Norge. Nice. Okay, yeah, let me... Yeah, so what I had with this this project is that I have this camera that can move on a slider. And then I was thinking, oh, I should hook both my cameras up to the computer at the same time using these Elgato capture cards. But the problem is, if you take 2 capture cards into the computer, good luck, you know. You're gonna be stuck with a bunch of audio driver issues on the USB. So my microphone just a lot of chopping. So, yeah. Is that a Logitech mouse? Yeah, it is. It's this one. Maybe we could... I don't know what I'm going to do, actually. Is that a Nord keyboard? Yes, it is a Nord piano. Can you see it if I do this? No, you can't really see the entire... Okay, so this... Let me just show you my favorite chord nowadays. Okay, so my favorite chord nowadays is this one. It's definitely this one. I think it's... Oh. I think that might be the same as the Office theme. If you go higher up instead of this, you go up instead. So. Yes, that is Puff the Magic Dragon. Let me see if I can play some other stuff and you see if you can recognize it. Ooh. I wish it wasn't so choppy, you know? The other camera. Look how smooth this one is. I don't really know what to play. Do you play Bach? I think I played... Oh no, that's Beethoven. No, I know Mozart and Beethoven. Wait, there's one more. I have Yeah, video capture via USB, which was making it lag. But now I'm using the... I can actually show you what I'm using right now. Now I'm using this program, which is just like the live view of my camera, which is just so laggy. Look at this. And you can especially see it when it's moving. I really wish there was a better solution. But it's not. It doesn't seem to be, at least. I think I'm giving up on this banana. It felt weird eating and making those banana noises. Oh yeah, now I remember what I was going to show you. I've made a... I used ChatGPT to make a video game. So let's open this. And let's just play a video game that I got ChatGPT to make. Okay, so here's the game. Welcome, astronaut. You must collect all the yellow stars in the solar system before you run out of fuel. Oh, excuse me. Let me try it again. Please drop the banana, yeah. Welcome, astronaut. You must collect all the yellow stars in the solar system before you run out of fuel. You can refill at planets, but beware the defense systems. If you wish to restart the level, you can destroy your spaceship with a self-destruct button. Good luck. So I've tried to make a game just in HTML by some help from ChatGPT, and here's the result. So if I click Start Game, now I can click and drag and launch the spaceship. Let me know if this is super loud, by the way. Yeah, so there's this gravity, and if you hit the planet, then you spawn this rocket that is trying to kill you. Oh, yeah, and you can only get hit 3 times, I think. Oh, yeah, nice. Okay, let me lower the volume a little bit. Okay, so this is inspired by Orbit game. This one is heavily inspired by this. I really wanted to make this game. Yeah, so this is pretty much the same, where you click, there's a gravity here and you click and drag. And then there's this sound effect, which is probably quite loud, I don't know. And then you want to survive this line, right? But I thought this game was a little bit too slow, and it lacked some stuff. So yeah, so I tried to make my own version instead, where you have a bunch of stars, and if you progress, you actually get abilities, which is really cool. So let me... Oh. And then you can explode your own spaceship if you're unhappy with the launch. Oh, nice. Ah, new ability, boost. Give your spaceship a short boost. Cooldown 10 seconds. Oh no, a lot of rockets. Oh, nice. I've done everyone on first try, actually. That's rare. Okay, we're getting more stars here. So for every level, there's a new star. Oh, I haven't used the boost yet. Yeah, let's use the boost. And then you can see there's a cooldown on the boost. And it just uses emojis for the icons, which is kind of clever, I think. Because then it gets so lightweight. Oh. Yeah, so this one is called fuel, and if you run out of fuel, you die. But it's kind of stupid because you're kind of, you're glowing, you're flowing through the air. And I was thinking it should probably be oxygen instead, right? Since you're actually not propelling, you're just orbiting. So I might have to change that. And also every time you hit the planet, you're kind of refueling a little bit. You see that? Oh. Hey, F. Willer in the chat. He's the add-on creator of time-lapse tool. Is that correct? Okay, so what did you make this with? I just used with a lot of help from ChatGPT, I just made this entirely in. Oh, I'm gonna die. Yeah. This is just a single HTML file, which is written with the help of ChatGPT. So I just used this new model, and this O1 preview model, and I really tried to make it run as smooth as I can. And I'm currently on a 120 hertz monitor, and this looks really smooth on my PC. It's kind of cool. Maybe you can make it so the current boost is your propellant. That would be actually really clever. Yeah. So by clicking this button, you're kind of using that. That's actually a really good idea. This level was a lot harder than the other ones. I've also added a cheat code, so if you write a certain word, then you will get access to everything, which is kind of like how they did with GTA and stuff back in the days. This was so difficult. Is it really loud for you as well? Quite loud for me. Oh, that was close. Oh. You can also use one, I think, to use this one. No, it's on cooldown. Yeah, I'm not sure what I want to do with this game yet. I really want to, like, it would be so cool to get like a game developer on board and actually build the game, and then I could, for example, make the 3D assets. Like, can you imagine having a realistic rocket ship that can be upgraded and it can look different? You know, it would be so cool. So if you're a game developer, hit me up, and we could make some cool stuff together. And I can make the 3D assets, and oh. Oh no, I should not click that. I just really want to get to the next level. Have you ever made a game using a game engine, and have you got any plans to do so? No, just to be perfectly clear, I have no idea how to code anything. Or I've actually learned a little bit, but I'm nowhere near as competent as I needed to be to make this game. So ChatGPT basically wrote this entire game. I've only changed I basically treated it as I was writing patch notes. It's actually a really cool experience to just, when my process has been to ask ChatGPT to just make kind of improvements, and I'm writing it as a I'm writing it as patch notes for a game. So it feels like I'm writing the patches that I want to see for a game, which is kind of cool. What is a good budget graphic card for Blender? I don't know. I have no idea what's like. I've been very lucky to only work with like really powerful GPUs lately. So I'm just completely disconnected with like the lower end hardware. So it wouldn't be authentic to recommend anything that is kind of on the lower end, because I don't know how I don't know the scene, you know. I was building computers more previously, but now I'm kind of disconnected. Maybe the stars should give a little bit of boost. Oh, nice. Yeah, to be honest, if you're on a tight budget, as long as you have enough system RAM, any NVIDIA GPU and optics will be a really nice experience. Yeah, I agree, actually. I think, you know what's so weird is that a great gaming PC is a great Blender PC. Are we just chilling or waiting for render to finish? Sorry, we are just chilling. I just really wanted to be... hey, you know what? Maybe I should change the title of the stream. Yeah, let me actually do that. Just so it's Can I do that from here? Live. Yeah. Just hanging out is now the new title for the stream. Come say hi. Okay, maybe if I update this. Did anyone change? Did anything change? Did the title update? Okay, nice. Play Minecraft? I don't have Minecraft. Check out Spline, 3D design tool. You can make that game. You can make that game as a 3D and upload it in the web. There are some tools and a really cool. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I might check that out. Yeah, I'm gonna self-destruct. Maybe that's the strategy, to find the perfect trajectory here. Yeah, and then have you ever okay, it changed when you refresh the page. Good. Have you ever used Unreal Engine 5? No. I actually, the only game engine I've ever tried is Godot or Godot. It's probably called Godot, right? Hey, what's up? Yeah, I'm just playing this game that I made with ChatGPT. The reason why I'm live is actually the reason why I'm live is actually just to oh my god, so sorry. Oh, that's so stupid. The reason why I'm live is mostly because I'm just postponing recording stuff for the course. Yeah, and I just really wanted to get the threshold for going live down. So now new ability, shield. Give your spaceship a powerful shield blocking all incoming damage for 2 seconds. Cooldown 20 seconds. I'm very proud about this, by the way, for making this concept here. Okay, so the shield will grant you damage for when you're being attacked. Let's try the shield. No, I should wait for it until... Okay, so now let's try it. Boom. Oh. There should be like an achievement. If you do it on the first try, it's extra points or something. Oh, nice. It calls me to know that you made the game with ChatGPT. You can't know so many things. Yeah, 100%. It's oh, nice. It's yeah, I'm not some kind of person that can do everything. So okay, Fergadelics. I'm beginning to use this lens simulator Gleb Alexander recommended earlier today, and you might find it your mind blown. Okay, nice. Yeah, I might actually try that. Yeah, I would love to use some I would love to get some more realistic lenses inside of. Wow, all these are some. It's kind of an easy level, no? Oh. Nice. What if you could choose where to place the planet or add another planet and you get extra points for not using the boost and shield and stuff? Interesting. I was thinking that maybe a cool approach to this game would be that when you're spawning, there's a kind of like a limitation to where you can spawn. So if I pull back and drag it like this, it like, let's say it's within like a limitation, you know? So it could be possible to make it really challenging because you can actually test the levels, because now I can start over here, you know, and then maybe I can start here, and that's just a lot more easy. So maybe it would be easy to do level designs if, yeah. Okay, but there's a question above here I wanted to answer. Polly, it's a question I wanted to ask for a while. What do you recommend to get me started and more importantly keep me excited with Blender? Because of its steep learning curve, I gave up every time. I can highly recommend using Blender to create something that you wanted to create regardless of using Blender. Like if you have something that you really want to do. Like for me, it has been audio visualizers. Recently, I wanted to figure out new ways to visualize audio in Blender. And I've come up with some pretty cool techniques that I haven't really been done before. So, you know what? Maybe we could come back to this game and make some. Yeah, let's actually try and let me just show you because I made an audio visualizer add-on. Let me just show you how that works. So here I am in a music program called Reason, and I can play on my piano here. So if I, for example, let me just record a short thing. Yeah, if I record this. Oops. I think we can save that. No, let's do it with the metronome. Okay, if I turn on the metronome and then I record. This program is called Reason. So, okay, listen to this. Or don't listen, but... Oof, that was a bad idea. Okay. Okay, now let's listen to that. I think I want to change this. The best thing about recording in MIDI is you can change the audio after. Okay, let's speed this up. And then let's just add some drums. I just want to do something really simple. I'm going to show you how my audio visualizer add-on works. Maybe this. Okay. How do I even? Really loud. Oh, this is probably super loud for you guys. I'm sorry. Okay, yeah, let's just do something really simple like that. How do I? There we go. Okay, nice. So if I export this as an audio file, that's all I want. I'm just going to save it to my desktop, and we're going to call it the first name I see, which is Dragon the Shark version 1. Okay, so in Blender, we are going to use my new add-on. I'm just going to show you how simple it is. So if I set this to import the sound here, just as an audio file. By the way, great news for Blender version 4.3 is that now the display waveform is enabled by default. So you can always just import this and see. Oh wait, something happened with the drums there. How do I disable this? Okay, let's try this then. Yeah. What? Sorry, I wasn't expecting this to be so... Let's try this. Okay, nice. So now we just have a simple... yeah, so now we have a simple, just a music thing. And the thing is, what we can do is that I made an add-on, which is based on by this. So this script by Søren Metje, or Søren Metje on GitHub. They've made this script, which is basically a Blender visualization Python script. And what's so cool about this is that this actually, it unfortunately doesn't work with the newest version of Blender, but I figured out what was the wrong thing. I looked up in Blender's source code and I figured out that the bake sound BPY function has changed. So I just changed that, and then I added a UI implementation with some help from ChatGPT. And the result is that I made, so it's based on this person's amazing work, Søren Metje. And so my add-on now looks like this. It comes, you just install it, and then it just shows up in the graph editor. So now you just select your audio file path, and if you go to desktop and you just find the Dragon the Shark version 3, and now you can choose some parameter here. So you have point cloud mode, which is great for geometry nodes, and then you have mirror mode, which I'll show you what it means. But without changing anything, we can just create visualizer, and we will get 20 objects that are using the sound to samples function in Blender, which is just a default Blender tool. So now if you press play, you can see it works perfectly fine. And let's just try and make a mirror mode version. Nice. Yeah, so that's a really simple audio visualizer, and if you want to make it bigger, you can make an empty object. You can parent all of them to that and scale it on the z-axis. Yeah, so this is an add-on that I'll keep developing, and it will be a part of my course. I'll try and build one of the projects in my course around this. So in my course, there's going to be, I think there's going to be 6 complete projects where you will have 6 different types of audio visualizers, and this setup will be one of them. And there's also a really powerful way to use the point cloud mode here with geometry nodes. Let me just see if I have a project file with that. Nope. I'm so bad at naming my projects. Is it this one? Nope. It's not that one either. Maybe it's this one. Maybe it's this one. Simple. I think it might be this one. Yes, okay, this is it. Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't play the music because this song, even if it's my own recording, some account on YouTube has uploaded it to the content ID system. So if I play this song now, my own recording, it will get copyright claimed, which is just, it's hopeless. So I can't unfortunately play it with the sound here. But here you can see that this basically, yeah, it works like this. This is one of the audio visualizers that we'll be creating. And then I have some ideas of separating the tracks, you know. If you're in Reason, you can separate the tracks, and you can have like one track is this thing and one track is this thing. So the thing will be to have the course will be made for people who aren't really experienced with music, and then they can learn how to do it in Blender. Or then they can learn like the music side of the visualization if they have a Blender background. And it will also be made for musicians who don't know anything about Blender, who will get a complete introduction to Blender's user interface and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I will get back to more what the course is about, and there will be a course trailer which will kind of explain everything. So it should be easier to just look at that. Hey, Dem Nico Art in the chat. God dag. Yeah, so the course is made for VJ people, and so like they can as quickly as possible just make a bunch of audio visualizers, whether they have access to sheet music, or if they have MIDI data, or if they have just raw audio files, or if they're able to export their audio as multiple stems. Then yeah, the course will be kind of really good if you are experienced with audio, but it will also be extremely interesting if you've never tried audio before and you just want to get started with, turning sound, any sound. It can be a recording of your voice, can be turned into an audio visualizer, which is really cool. So yeah, but I don't want to sell the hide before the bear is shot. I don't know what it's called in English, but I don't want to, yeah. Can links be posted here? I'm not sure. I think so. Loved your video on real-time EXR workflow. Oh, nice. Thank you. Unfortunately, I don't have a real-time EXR workflow anymore. You know what? Maybe I should kind of just try and update that video a little bit. So if someone wants to... Oh, no, that's wrong. If someone wants to see what I usually do. So I think you're referring to this video. Yeah, this one. So this video is where I use DaVinci Resolve to make EXR using LUTs. Unfortunately, this is no longer possible. So let me just show you what I usually do when I'm... so let me just fire up DaVinci Resolve. And let me just show you how I usually do it now with AGX. And I'm using DaVinci Resolve Studio. So unfortunately, this no longer works with the regular version of DaVinci Resolve. About that game, you should have it so that when you collect all the stars, a portal pops up. So you have to go through that to get to the next level. Wow, that would be really interesting. I mean, I have no idea how to program any of that, but yeah, I can definitely see that, because then you can, then you keep your velocity and direction, right? That would be really cool. Okay, so let me just make a new project. And if I have a... Let me set it to just be HD. And let's see if I can find a render here. Renders. Yeah, here's a render. Okay, so this is a 60 frames per second render. So let's change it to that. Don't change. And then if I, so you import the image sequence, and then you just make sure that in your project settings, you have a timeline frame rate, and then you right click, clip attributes on your imported image sequence, and then you set the video frame rate to be, and you can basically force the frame rate of your image sequence. This is when you have rendered an EXR sequence from Blender. So, oh, here's an interesting question. When you first started posting on the Lot Salute channel on Instagram, how often did you post, and were you posting to YouTube at the same time? I'm not sure how often I posted. I think it could be once a month and then once a week. I think it definitely went in waves. And then I didn't actively make like tutorials back then, I think. Yeah. Okay, but basically what I do with the EXR sequence is, if I now drag this onto the timeline, now you can see this render looks extremely saturated. Let me just show you what it's supposed to look like. This thing. So this is what it's supposed to look like. Maybe I can be down here. Yeah, this is what it's supposed to look like. And then here is what it currently looks like. And that's not right. So what I like to do is I just go to the Fusion tab down here. And then you can go control space while you hover your mouse over here so it gets this colored, and control space, just search for Okio color space. And this is in the studio version of DaVinci Resolve. And then you, in the Okio config file, you press browse. Oh, sorry. In the Okio config file, you press browse, and then you find your Blender 4.3 data files, color management, and there's a config.okio file there. And now what you can do is that you can, I shouldn't have hidden that. Now you can set the source space to linear rec 709, and then the output space to AGX base sRBG. And now this will look exactly like it does in Blender. Like now this is the exact same look. But the problem is this is no longer real time. So then what I do is that I like to export it as an, I set the codec to DNxHR, and I export it as a DNxHR 444 12-bit, which is a really high quality format, which has a ton of data, and it's much faster because it's already been baked in this colored Okio color data. So then you just save this, you just export this, call it DNxHR version 1, for example, and then you save this, and I just make a short export here, and then you go add to render queue, and then you just click render all, and then this will render out as a video file. And once this has been rendered out, then I open up the actual project file that I'm going to be working with, and then I import this video file. So it's going to be this extra step that requires proprietary software, which is extremely unfortunate. But I think with Blender 4.4, let's actually try and see if that works. Let's download one of the daily builds. 4.4 x64. Yeah. Because I think it should be possible to have a yeah. Let's see what this looks like. Because Blender 4.4 is supposed to have a HDR support. Thanks to your tutorials, I landed my first gig. Any advice on product modeling? Congratulations on your first gig. Product modeling, I don't know. I feel like Derek Elliott is the guy to talk to about that. He's making some insanely cool product modeling things. So I think I would just watch a bunch of his tutorials because he's doing a lot of great work for clients with product modeling, I think. Making shoes and the hat thing and all kinds of stuff. Okay, so here we have Blender version 4.4, which is in the alpha. And this supposedly does support HDR. Or not, I don't think it supports HDR. Oh, I think it supports 10-bit video. Yeah, 4.4. Let me just move this there. Okay. And then I think we should be able to go under here. Output, FFmpeg video, and coding. Ah, yeah, here are some new options. Okay, we have H.264, 10-bit. Okay, so what I think is, because I actually did try this. Yeah, I did try this, and unfortunately, this does not get the HDR metadata tag that for some reason is needed. So, but I think if you're doing a Blender export of a video, you could use Blender instead of DaVinci Resolve and just export it as a 12-bit, maybe AV1 or H.265, like at a really, really high perceptually lossless or lossless. If you export your EXR sequence in this video format, that's pretty much the same, or it's not the same, but it's probably good enough, similar to DNxHR, I think I did. But let's see here. Yeah, okay, so I think what it's missing is in DaVinci Resolve, we have this, if you're doing a quick export, for example, you see here you have this video code at H.265 main 10. which is essentially H.265, for example. And if you set the encoding profile to main 10, I've found that very often when the encoding profile is set to main, I have no idea what this means, by the way, I've just been trying a bunch of stuff. If the encoding profile is set to main, it doesn't seem to show up as an HDR file if you import it to your phone, for example. But if you set it to main 10, then it will be processed as an HDR video on your phone and on YouTube, on Instagram, in DaVinci Resolve at least. So I'm not sure why these Blender HEVC videos, when they are exported with a color depth of 10, it still doesn't show up as an HDR. So I'm not sure if there's some metadata. No, that's the wrong type of metadata. Yeah. So it's currently not an HDR workflow. And by the way, one thing I've been noticing is that under color management here, you have the view transform set to AGX. And if you go down to display and you want to try this enable high dynamic range button, unfortunately, maybe I can zoom in here. Yeah, if you hold over this high dynamic range button, enable high dynamic range to display in rendered viewport, uncapping display brightness. This requires a monitor with HDR support and a view transform designed for HDR. Filmic and AGX do not generate HDR colors. That's such a massive oversimplification. It's almost implying that you cannot use Filmic and HDR. No, it's almost implying that you cannot use Filmics or AGX to generate HDR videos. That's just wrong, because an HDR video is its main purpose is that it's a 10-bit signal. So if you're saving an image as a 10-bit image, you are able to make that into HDR content. It's about the dynamic range. So I understand that Filmic and AGX, they don't have the correct curves to make it like accurate, but it most definitely does generate HDR colors. I don't know what does HDR colors even mean. Is it that it's the wrong gamut? I don't know. I think it's an unfortunate description of Filmic and AGX. So I think what they want is that they want it to have the look set to standard, and because then and then I think to be able to click this button you need to be on a Mac. But I really wish we could just be able to click this button anyways on Windows, even if it's inaccurate. I just really wanted to get that bright viewport view, you know? Because if you do this, now this is actually really great because we are actually in a YouTube video. So this video will be compressed. And I'm going to just make a gradient here now. Ugh, it just takes forever to load Eevee the first time. Render to EXR, then just do all your compositing in another Blend project. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. I would highly recommend doing that. Okay, so here we have a gradient, and I'm pretty sure that this will be a problem for YouTube compression. So for me right now, this is a pretty smooth gradient. I'm not sure. Let me know if this is a smooth gradient for you, or if it's a like what this looks like. Especially if we go lower here. If we turn this really low. Now look at this. This should be a gradient nightmare on YouTube. But I'm not sure. Yeah, let me actually watch my own stream and see. Oh, no, that's wrong. There we go. It's not that much banning actually. Yeah. Yeah, so you can see that this is an 8-bit signal, but there's so much compression here because it's just processing. So. Huh. So, what's people doing today? Or has anyone tried the Blender 4.3 yet? I'm always super late to trying Blender 4. Or like the latest Blender version, but now I've been able to actually try the newest one. And the Blender 4.4 stuff is let's just not worry too much about that. They're probably going to figure out this HDR situation. Yeah. Watching winter sports. Nice. What kind of sports? Like skiing? Hey Julian, happy birthday. Today's my birthday and I'm itching to do AudioBeast with Geometry Notes. Nice. Yeah, you should try it. Oh, they changed the sculpting tab. Ah, yeah, this thing. Oh, the cloth brush. I haven't tried that one. Is that cool? Cloth. Wait, how do I enable the cloth brush? Huh. Is there a special brush? Oh, wait, I see there's a comment here about AI tools. And it's repeating this comment. You're great with AI art tools. I don't know. I'm not using AI art tools. Do you mean generative AI? I'm not using that. I'm not an artist, but I need to modify a 2D tileable concrete sprite to add copper wire mesh for a game. Do you know any tool that can help me with this? If you're talking about generative AI tools, I have no idea. I've just opened the Comfy UI a few times just to see what it's about. And that was actually pretty straightforward. If you're into if you're into node setups. Demnico art, editing my new show reel. Nice. Looking forward to it. I haven't really watched. Wait, should I maybe look at the release? I'm probably really late to the party here, but I want to see what's new with Blender version 4.3. Okay, light linking. Interesting. I don't think I have any interest in that. Metal to the pedal. That's funny. Ah, the metallic. Oh, so that's why they changed the hotkey for the mix shader. You know, I'm always doing the material and clicking here, and then I'm just clicking M, you know, clicking this and pressing M for the mix node, but they changed that to be the metallic node. Yeah, that is. So now that's probably S, yeah, mix shader. Okay, interesting. F82 tint. No, I haven't heard about any of this before. I feel like I'm gonna stick with the with the old glossy shader. I mean, or maybe this is really good. Is it good? Has anyone tried this? Sorry, I got to go for now, but I'll be quite back soon. Okay, see you later. Blender Market sale is live. By the way, is anyone... Oh, is Blender Market sale live? Let me... Oh, Polyfjord. Hang on, I thought that was... This is supposed to be... Are you sure it's live? I thought it was the Cyber Monday sale. What would be better for Blender, a 4070 or a 3090 Ti? Oh, that one's a difficult one. Let's see. Okay, cyber sale is from 29th to 3rd. Okay. Oh, I think the 3090 Ti is better. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, power efficiency, not doesn't really matter. Okay, yeah, I think the 3090 Ti is the one I would recommend. But I haven't really tried this. Oh, that's cool. Kind of feels... Huh. Is Animax a good add-on? I haven't heard about that. I have no idea. Okay, let's see. Gaber noise. Cool. Gaber texture. Let's try it out. Oh, isn't this fixed yet? If you have node wranglers installed, you were previously able to press Shift S to change the type. This operator is removed due to changes of node menus. A native implementation of the function is expected in the future. We also have this the last Blender version. But see, you look at this. If you go over here in the surface, you can just click here and you can change this to be the one you want. Let's say you want it to be a checker texture and it will update. And whatever is happening here is exactly what you want to happen if you press Shift S. But it's just, they've just removed the feature. That's so sad. I wonder if anyone's able to just fix that. Look at that. Oh. Voronoi. Wait, what is it called? Gaber. Where is it? Patrick, I'll look at that for you, Polly. Nice. Are you a Blender developer? Or are you... what are you? Checker texture. I can't find it. Gaber texture. Gaber noise. Am I stupid? I'm a dev in general. I've worked for different open source projects before. Nice. Cool. Yeah, I mean, if you could solve that problem, that would be amazing, because I use Shift S all the time, but now I have to just go in here instead. It's not that much extra work, but it's just, I'm surprised a native implementation is expected, and then it's been that for 2 patches. And then you can just click you could literally just make Shift S do the same as clicking this button. But where is the 4.3 Gaber noise? Does anyone know why I can't find the Gaber texture? Oh, it's not on the list. Huh. Maybe they forgot to add it to this list. Okay. Oh, nice. It looks like a beach. I like it. Beach texture, like sand. Huh. What was this? Minimum. And then you subtract. Clamp. Oh, and you change the rotation. Cool. Five and five. That's probably two. I can't. Well, whatever. Jorgilla 3D. Hello, Mr. Fjord. Hello, Jorgilla. How are you? Let's have a look at your mustache add-on. Have you guys seen this? Oh, I don't know where it is. I can't find it. Spankler, hello, thank you for the videos. Learned a lot from them. Nice. I can't find it. Yeah. What more? You shall not pass. Oh. Oh wow, what a crazy comment. Just saw your melody visualizer vid and I wouldn't have dropped out of music school had I seen it 20 years ago. Very interesting. Yeah, I appreciate that comment. It's not too late, you know, to learn music. I had a break for at least 2 or 3 years without playing the piano at all. Oh, it's not working. Yeah, I had a break for many years without playing the piano at all. And now it just, it came back to me. I kind of finding the joy again. So I can highly recommend picking it up. But I mean, I understand that it was probably just anecdotal, but I appreciate the comment. I plan on getting an incorporating Marmor set this month. Marmor set? I haven't even heard of that. Oh, it's probably the baking. Hello, what are we gonna do? I don't know. I just wanted to be live and have a conversation with people. And I was also going through the Blender, but I realized I probably. Oh, yeah. I just looking through some of the Blender features there. The reason why we went live today was I wanted to try and get experienced with relaxing during a live stream. So I was thinking, what if just nothing happens for an extended period of time in the stream, and then if something happens, I will be relaxed. Does that make sense? So it will be like more of a conversation with the chat, and we will just be hanging out on the computer together, and you can have me on in the background or write a comment if you like. Trying to apply the scale for the Gaber noise to work and turn the plane into a cube. Huh. Ah, it was the mission node. I was using a diffuse shader. Now it works. Perhaps it could be possible to have it as a height. What? Now it works? Did I plug it into the roughness? I saw your video in Daily Dose of Internet. Nice. Glad to have you here. Your SVG burger video was in my intro to Bonner. I'm super grateful for it. Nice. Oh, that you've been watching for a while then. Cool. I was thinking about this. That's kind of cool. Huh. Now it makes sense. Which video got into Daily Dose? It was this one. This one, right? Nope. This one right here. This on Instagram got, I think it has 46 million views or something, which is crazy. So I think this video on Instagram alone gave me like 240,000 new followers on Instagram. So now I have over 500,000 followers on Instagram, which is just absurd. Yeah. But if I were to play this with audio in the stream now, it would be copyright infringed by this guy called DJ Viral BR, because this user has content ID claimed this song. So even if it's my recording and it's a public domain song, I don't know how to fix that. So yeah. Compositor. Color balance. Nice. I love that. Perhaps a huh. Cool. Okay, let's just do a render. I want to try the compositor. What was it called? White point. Adjust. What is it called? Conversion node. Oh, color balance. Ah, nice. Yeah, this is awesome. Input, output. That is a very elegant solution. Nice. I love that. Then you have the tint. Perfect. This is fantastic. And then you can even change the oh my god, that's so nice. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be using this. That is a big quality of life improvement. And I love that it's part of the color. Yeah, this is the way to do it. Good job, I love that. 10 out of 10. You have come to say hello. Hello, Alauri. Nice. Blender extended platform. Ah, nice. Yeah, this is such an amazing addition. Any good extensions you recommend for Blender extensions? Okay. Slim UVs. Oh, I don't know anything about UV unwrapping. Or I click this button, the smart UV project, and then I go on with my day. That is how I use UV. And then the rest is procedural. Thanks to portable installation, new environment variables, custom building of extensions, Blender 4.3 is easier than ever to integrate in studio pipelines. Nice. And then this is cool. That's good. We want Blender to be industry standard, right? Collection Manager extension is quite nice. Okay, let me have a look. Extensions. Collection. Oops. Collection Manager. What does it do? Maybe I should search it up here first. Is it this one? Oh, nice. Yeah, okay. So I will install that. What does it do? I don't really know what it does. Documentation. Not found. Oh no. Read me. Oh no. It basically allows for advanced collection managing, almost like layers. Interesting. Is this new? I haven't really done that much. No, this is not new. Marcus asset. If I'm being completely honest, I don't think I've been using collections enough. I think I'm gonna uninstall it. And then I don't think I'll be able to tell the difference. Yeah. Like the basic features I'm using for collections is kind of already. Yeah. Paulie, can you imagine a world where Blender is used at studios like Pixar? It seems as likely to make more sense for them to continue advancing their lead with their own proprietary software. I think there are probably a lot of people at Pixar using Blender. I don't know anything about it, but I would assume that they can model something in Blender if they like, and they can sculpt and they can prototype at home on their laptop. It's like, it's not illegal for a large corporation to just use Blender for some stuff. So, but I assume they have the budget to just make any tool they want. So maybe they have internal forks of Blender or all kinds of stuff that they don't need to share with the public. So they probably have all kinds of tools. Is there any good free add-ons for water simulations? Oh, I forgot to mention that I used Flip Fluids in the add-on overview earlier. If someone is still watching from that it is insane, by the way. I don't know about any free water simulation add-ons, actually. I only broke in wicked plane. Okay. Oops. There we go. I don't know about any fluid simulation add-ons. Flip Fluid can be complicated. Oh, it can be compiled for free. Ah, interesting. Yeah, I think Flip Fluids is kind of like it's currently the best, I think. It looks really good. But I didn't know that. Is it on GitHub? Oh, so there's a demo here, and then you can probably build the source code. Yeah, I don't know how to do that though. Are you better at animating or modeling? That's a great question. I think I'm better at animating. Yeah. I think like getting the rhythm right and creating an animation that is kind of an interesting thing to create. I really like that. Yeah. So it's something about tweaking keyframes and getting the motion correct, you know. But the modeling is kind of something I do because I have to. I would much rather just have all the 3D models available for free. Or sometimes I buy 3D models as well. You can also do fluid sims and geometry nodes. Yeah, you know what? I really wish that one day we're going to get like over here in the modifier properties, you can just go to geometry nodes, or you can just add a bunch of pre-made presets. Like you have, let's say you have a particles, or you have like, what if you can go to geometry nodes and just click browse presets or something like that, and they will be like, or maybe they can just be here in the particles or fluid or something here, and then under the hood there's a geometry node setup. But who cares? It could just look like what if, like if you go to fluid here, right, and then you go into the physics, let's say it's the domain, you have all these parameters that you can control, right? I mean, what if this was just a geometry node setup, so that every add-on is just a geometry node? Then you don't really need to learn geometry nodes, you can just use them as this, and that would be, I think that's the future. That would be amazing, I think. Bro, can you delete that plane? I was just kidding. Yeah, I'll delete the plane. Is there any other sound effect software other than Soundly? It's a good question. I don't think I've ever used anything other than Soundly. No, I mean, I have used... there's a good library, yeah. Or sound effects software. I don't know about any other sound effects software, but I do know about the sound effects library. And it's this one. This one is actually really, really good. No, it's not this one. Products. Stock media. Where is it? There's like this. Yeah, it's this one. This one is amazing by Video Copilot. I used this so much earlier. There's this amazing sound effects. I think. Yeah. Oh, that is crazy. Yeah. This is an amazing kit. I used this before I discovered Soundly, but now I use Soundly and I kind of don't need this anymore. But yeah, sometimes I kind of search for the same words that I learned by using this. This also has really nice categories, a bunch of nice trailer sounds. It's kind of like a retro sound effects because they were so popular when it launched, you know. I want to use a single model with multiple armatures. I thought I would change the model with shape keys for each armature. Is that a good idea or do you know of a better way? Oh, that's an interesting problem. How? Let me just see here. There's no property you can animate. Like, it would be cool if you could animate the influence of this armature modifier, but there isn't. No, I don't have a good solution to that. OYUGI, probably the only Kenyan on here. Yep, might be. I don't know. There's actually 168 people watching. I was about to say 16, but it's actually 100, I see. Yeah. What I've been wondering for a while is, what do you think about auto smooth now being a modifier? Since you do a lot of hard surface modeling, I'm not sure you noticed the change. Yeah, I think it's a welcoming. I think it's nice. Yeah, because there would be a really weird. I mean, it wouldn't really translate well to other programs. The previous one, but now on the fact that it's a geometry modifier, I like it. This is exactly how I want the modifier to be. That it is a modifier, and you can change it. You can do all this kind of stuff, and you can basically just change anything in the modifier properties here. And then you will change what is happening under the hood in the nodes, and that is exactly how I want it to be. That is perfect. Yeah. So I think this is a good. I think it's a good addition to Blender, and it's also non-destructive, which is amazing. What is the best way to reach out to you? You mentioned a couple of times for corporates, so I wonder how. It depends. I'm not I'm not that easy to reach because a lot of people are messaging me, which is nice. I love to get messages, but I made myself a little bit difficult to reach because I get so stressed out if I get too many inquiries. So I do have an agency here on YouTube where there's an email that you can write to, and that is those emails are being read, you know. Yeah, so there's not really a super easy way to reach out to me. But I mean, if you really want to, you'll figure out how to do it on email or whatever. I think if you make it a child of the bond, you can affect the influence. Huh. Yeah, if you hard surface parent it, that's true. What about bloom being removed from render properties? Yeah, that's a good point. I understand that they had to do that, but I kind of agree with it a little bit. If I were to turn on bloom here now. Yeah, I can understand that they had to remove it. Yeah. I made a burger from your tutorials and it looks cool, thanks. Yeah. Nice. I really love that so many people are learning from that tutorial. I think it's so fun and it's so valuable. What are you doing right now? Right now, I'm just sitting in my studio and talking with the chat. Wait, that's the wrong one. There we go. I'm just sitting in my studio. I have some new guitars, which are cool. I'm happy about those. I'm just, I didn't really know what to do today because I've been on this video game streak where I'm just playing video games instead of working. And then I realized, what if I just go on my computer and I click the go live button and I just talk with people in the chat? What would happen, you know? And so now that is what is happening. But I might log off and play some video games soon. Who knows? Yeah, you know what? Maybe I should actually do that soon. Let me just try and do another level on this. This thing. So for those who just came, this is a little game I made with ChatGPT. Oh, and it's inspired by an online game called Orbit, or like a browser game. Bro, have you tried Genshin? No, I haven't. Genshin Impact? No, I don't. The only MMO I've ever played is World of Warcraft and Guild Wars, actually. I'm not sure if people are playing that anymore. But I am actually back on gaming some World of Warcraft these days. The classic PvP and hardcore servers on the EU. I said this earlier. I just want someone to add me there. My username is Polymon. I'm a horde. Demnico art. I like that freestyle live stream format. Nice. Yeah. I was actually planning on maybe playing some actual video games on like Steam, maybe Rocket League or something. But I just couldn't make it work. I just started Rocket League with OBS up, and it actually almost crashed my PC. So, yeah. I'm not really able to play video games right now on the stream, but maybe we'll figure that out someday. Simon 3D, that's actually such a good idea, lol, I might steal it. Struggling recently with being productive, so maybe that live factor will make me more accountable. Yeah, the problem is that I'm not exactly productive now that I'm in the live stream. There's this thing that I'm so bad at actually producing interesting stuff when I'm live. And I just really wished I was able to get in the zone and create something while I'm live. So the strategy here was that what if I'm live for an extended period of time where nothing happens? Would I be able to just zone out? Oh, nice. Would I be able to just zone out and relax and then create something? I feel like, yeah, that's maybe it. How do I make transparent glass in Eevee? I used cycles. I don't think Eevee is great for glass. You know, I do actually have a my hot take on Eevee and cycles. I have a controversial opinion about Eevee and cycles, and that is that Eevee is an amazing viewport render engine. Like when you're working in the viewport and you want you want to be able to work around things, you know, and you want to just see, okay, wait, what does this look like here? And then you do changes and you want to see the changes in real time, right? I think Eevee is great for that. But for the final render, I have never seen the point of using Eevee for the final render, because you can just wait 5 times the duration and the render would look like 20 times better. I feel like that equation just makes it worth it for me to be... Why is the Blender physics simulation so buggy sometimes? It's a very simple explanation to that. Let me show you. So here is a plane, right? Let's do a physics simulation with some cubes. So if I just add a bunch of cubes here. Okay, now we have these cubes, and if we turn this into a rigid body simulation, make this passive. Now look at this. This looks okay, right? It works fine. But if I scale everything down, oops. If I scale everything down and I apply the scale, and now if I try to do the same thing, oops. There we go. There we go. Now if I move these cubes a little bit. If I do this, it's a little bit buggy. You see that? They're intersecting a little bit. Okay, let's try and do that again. Let's actually scale it down even further. And then apply the scale. And now let's see. It's kind of not behaving as realistic. So the problem here is that the rigid body simulation is much more accurate at larger sizes. You see how these are all kind of like, they're intersecting, so many intersections there. Like all these cubes are like, doesn't really look that... But if you scale up, so my trick to make a physics simulation significantly more stable is if you scale up everything, like make it really big. Okay, so what is 1 meter? Okay, so it is actually pretty big already. But if we scale it up, no, it's quite small actually. If we scale it up a lot, so 1 cube is... oh, I actually nailed it. That is crazy. I scaled up 1 cube to be... Never mind. Okay, so if you have it really big like this, now it's much slower, right? But the physics simulation is much more accurate. I think it has something to do with how the values are being calculated. So what you can do is that you can... I think it's about how numbers are being rounded. So what you can do is you can just do a scale up everything, and then in this rigid body world, you can just increase the speed to be faster. And that is just so much more stable. Yeah. And then here's a nice trick, speaking of rigid body simulations. let me show you something really cool. Let's take one of these cubes and delete all the others. I'm going to show you something really cool. Did you know that it's possible to give the cube a starting velocity? So you can throw it like this and it will bounce. Let me show you how you can do that. So first, let's select your cube. And on the first frame here, let's go to our physics properties. And let's go to, on the first frame, you know what, let's not use the cube. Let's use an empty object, because that's a lot more easy if you want to add more cubes later. So take the empty object, press K and insert a location keyframe, and then move forward 10 frames. And then you move it up a little bit like this. So K and then insert another location keyframe. Now you can see you have this movement right here. Ignore the cube for now. You can see this moves like this, right? And then you want to bring this up and you want to see that here is here's the curves that we got. And we want to go Shift E and set it to linear extrapolation so that this movement just continues, right? This is a linear movement. And now if we go back to the timeline here. Now if you press, you can also do Shift E linear extrapolation down here as well, by the way. But now if you bring back the cube, now if you take this cube and you go to frame 4, for example, let's first just disable the rigid body world. Oh, my camera is turning off. That's okay. Now, if you go to the rigid body world and you just disable the entire rigid body world for now, you go over to the modifier, no, you go to the physics properties, and then under animated here, you can go to frame number 4, for example, and then you enable the animation, and then you enable the keyframe, you set a keyframe on the animation, and then you move one frame by using the right mouse click, and then you can disable the animation, and then add another keyframe. So now it is animated in the first 5 frames here. Let me zoom in. So now this is, oh my god, I regret that. Now this is animated in the first 5 frames, and then it has that animation disabled. So now when we enable the rigid body world again, press play. Oops. Oh, we need to parent it. Yeah. So select the cube, hold on Shift, select the empty object, Control P, parent to object. See that? Now this gets thrown. So we can move the position over here, for example. K location. And now you can see, boom, it is throwing this cube. And then you can disable the relationship lines. Oh, nice. Ullis, welcome as community member. That's awesome. That random blender guy, you're getting a timeout, sorry. Yeah, so that is a really nice way to just get a initial starting velocity. So by using this empty object, you can now just, this cube doesn't have any keyframes on the location. That is super cool. So that means that you can take this cube and you can, for example, make a tower like this. You can just make a bunch of copies. And now these are all thrown like that. Really cool. And then you can change, let's bring this up here. You can change the value of this curve. You can, for example, make it go higher. So we'll go like this. Yeah, really efficient way. And then it increase the friction. Yeah. So I can highly recommend doing this as a... It's so funny that Ullis became a member. He didn't have to do that. I appreciate the support. Yeah, that's a good point. Please don't spam. And you have Google. Yeah, my specifications are available on my, I think on my Q&A video, and a bunch of videos have my specs. So it hasn't been updated. And I see people asking the same question over and over again. And I'm sorry to say that I'm not going to answer how to create. Okay, I'll read it. I'm so curious. How to create transparent reflections of objects on a surface, so without background, just object reflection. Yeah, I understand what your problem is. This is a big problem in compositing in general. How do you extract the reflection pass? And the tutorial that you want to search for is, let me just type it in for you. You want to search for Blender VFX reflection pass tutorial. That is what you want to search for, Mr. Muhammad Abdul Rahim. If you search for that, that is the words that you need to figure out. Reflection pass is what it's called. Yeah. How many samples in cycles? I understand that cycles has changed the way you calculate samples. So you're supposed to use the noise threshold and use the 4096 samples all the time. I think, and then you're supposed to change the noise threshold. But I think I mostly prefer 512 samples or 256. That is what I use mostly. Yeah. Oh, Ullis gifted 5 Polyfure membership. How does that even work? I didn't know that worked. Awesome. I had no idea you could do that. That is so cool. Thank you. Nice. Yeah, maybe we can add some more Scandinavia 3D gang, Denmark. Hello Denmark, how are you? Hvordan går på dansk? Gul. Yes, så vondt i mitt hoved. I'm not that good at Danish. Can I file this as a business expense? Yes, you probably should. You should hear with your. I mean, it's got to be tax deductible, right? To give memberships for your favorite Blender streamer, YouTuber. Yeah, so now you can throw this up in the air. Oh, that's a... should be a mesh. Nice. Did you watch Arcane? No, I did not. I think I've talked about this before, but I feel like the art style of Arcane, I would love it if it had more ray trace shadows, you know? It's please duplicate cubes until we see smoke coming out from computer. Okay, I'll keep going. I feel like the art style of Arcane, I just really wish it was more you know, ray traced shadows. I feel like it's getting a lot of praise for being a like this mix between hand drawn and 3D. And believe it or not, Arcane is mostly 2D. Okay, it's mostly 2D. Interesting. Yeah. Oh, my camera shut off. Why did that happen? Did it turn on again? I'm gonna have to figure out why it turned off. How long have I been live? I don't know why my camera died. Oh, okay, it's back up. Nice. How to render interior. Interior. I feel like there's an add-on I've been using for interior. No, I don't know. I was thinking about an add-on, but I can't remember it. Sorry. I'm just gonna keep duplicating these cubes and we'll see what happens. How many cubes do we have? We have 4036 cubes. Nope, we don't. We have... That's insane. We have 336 cubes. Oh, it's starting to lag a little bit. Just in impact here. Oh, my camera is actually dying. I'm wondering why. Maybe it's out of battery. Stream ends when you crash the computer. Yeah. For me, at least, the camera is shutting off and on. I think it has nothing to do with the render, by the way. You know what? It was actually super chill to be without camera. I think I might stream without camera once and see how that works. Yeah. Okay. So my camera is about to die, so I'm gonna stop. It's almost running out of battery because it's using a little bit more than it's getting. Yeah. So I'm gonna have to stop the stream, I think. But it was actually kind of cool to stream without the camera. So I might actually try and do a stream without camera one day and just go really deep into a project, and then people could have it on in the background or something. Yeah, I think actually that's yeah. Trick Masters. Okay, so now I'm going to I'm gonna end the stream. Thank you for watching. It was interesting to just go live and have no idea what I'm talking about. So now the stream will end when my camera shuts off again. It's gonna shut off at any moment. So yeah, okay, I hope you see me in my next stream. I'm not sure if you can turn on notification for only the camera. I don't know. I'm just waiting for the camera to shut off now. Any second now. Yeah, anyways, thank you for watching. Love this hangout. I joined the Discord. Hopefully I catch the next one. Yeah, I mostly do my streams unannounced because it just feels better to do it like that. And I was actually thinking I should maybe try and do a stream without the camera, actually. I might do that. Because I'm thinking so much about everything when I'm doing with the camera. So yeah, that's it. If you watched, and thank you so much to Ullis for gifting all kinds of stuff. That was really cool to see. Okay, yeah. Thanks so much for watching. And maybe you can comment on this video if you're watching it in the future. Oh, there my camera died. Maybe you can comment in the future, comment on this video what you would like to see a stream about, and maybe some games or maybe just figuring stuff out. So yeah. Thank you for watching and bye.